Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Tron with another YouTube video. Today we're doing something a little different. I was going through my collection, had a lot of Spider-Man action figures, and today I'm going to do my top 10 favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legends. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, this is my list. I don't have every single Spider-Man figure. These are the figures that I have and the figures that I love. And to be honest, most of these figures won't be on my top 10 list, but some of them will. So let's get this video started. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. So this list is in no particular order. Just because I'm showing Agent Venom first doesn't mean he's number 10 in the list. It's just 10 figures that I like. And here's Agent Venom. He is Flash Thompson with the Venom symbiote. And he was a member of the United States military, and he combines with Venom, and he fights crime with Venom, basically making him a good guy. And I thought this figure was done very well. This was a Walgreens exclusive. He came very detailed. The only thing is the paint's a little iffy. Came with a lot of weapons, a lot of guns. And he looked very accurate to the character in the comic book at the time. So here's Agent Venom. Next up, we have the Superior Spider Man. I thought this figure was amazing. At the time I was reading the Superior Spider Man comic book, Dr. Octopus actually wins and puts his mind inside Peter Parker's body. He also had some of Peter Parker's heroic behavior, and he decides to become the Superior Spider-Man. And this figure I thought was amazing. The articulation was really good. Had the butterfly shoulders. I love the way how those eyes look. The paint was awesome. This costume design I think is really cool. Wish he would have came with the spider legs, but we didn't get those. But thought this figure turned out very, very well. So here's the Superior Spider-Man. Next up on my list is Boomerang, who is a member of the Fearsome Foes of Spider-Man. At the time I was reading the comic and I fell in love with the character, and I thought this figure did him justice. He's kind of basic, but I always have a soft spot for members of the Thunderbolts team. And he has the Thunderbolts insignia on his belt. He looks just like the character from the comics, and that's why he makes my list. Boomerang. We have Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy, and I fell in love with this character immediately. The costume design is awesome. You have the mostly black figure with the white, the hood, the pink and the turquoise green inside. The turquoise around her shoes, and the figure also came with a Gwen Stacy unmasked head, which I think is pretty cool. And you can also, it came with this little piece that makes it look like her hood is down. The figure is standard articulation for a female Marvel Legend, but I just think character design wise, Spider-Gwen Stacy makes my list. Next up is Vampire Michael Morbius. This figure I think looks really badass. He's mostly black, which is kind of plain, but that character design, that face looks amazing. Those hands look amazing. He has the cape is flapped up. He also comes with a down cape if you just want him to look like that. But it's a very striking figure. Looks straight out of the comic book. And I know they're doing a movie next year for Morbius. But I just think this figure looks very, very cool. So that's why it makes my list as one of my favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legend figures. Next up, we have the Scarlet Spider Man. He is one of my favorite costumes for Spider-Man. This is Ben Reilly, Spider-Man's clone. He decides to take up the mantle of Spider-Man, and I think he looks really awesome. He has the blue hoodie. You can see the hood down in the back, the spider symbol, the cartridges on his belt. He has the the bandages around his ankle. He can hold additional cartridges. You can see his web shooters. Nice big eyes. Yeah, I just really love the design of this figure. Could have had some better shoulders to give him more articulation, but I think design wise everything is on point, and that's why I like this action figure. And this is the Wrath box set Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legends. He is amazing. Awesome costume. Very, very detailed. Perfectly painted. Spider on the back. The articulation is amazing with those butterfly shoulders. You can get them looking any way you want them to. The head is cool. Those eyes look great. Straight out of a comic book. This is how I remember Spider-Man growing up. And I think this figure perfectly encapsulates that. This is probably one of my favorite Marvel Legends, let alone favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legends. I wish those pegs could have been painted blue, but that's a small gripe. And that's why he's very high on my list. Next up, we have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man. And I feel like this figure is very underrated. He is really, really good. Just like the previous Spider-Man. He has those butterfly shoulders. All the articulation in the world. And people might say, what's like the big difference? He has sculpted detail. Like all the lines in his suit are like imprinted in there. The detail. There's blue. The detail on the blue is all sculpted in there. From the feet. The hands. Those eyes are really cool. So the only thing, I'm not really a fan of the spider symbol, and that's no fault of the figure. That's how it was designed in the movie. So the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man, again, very high on my list. Next up is Kraven the Hunter, and I really like this figure. He has very good articulation, but I really like the detail of his costume. Like those skulls on his knees. The boots are fine. The belt with the cloth. The tiger vest. The head is decent. The necklace. The wraps around his hand. Wraps around his bicep. I think he's very detailed. Even the spear he comes with is detailed. I think this figure is kind of underrated. I don't know if people like him or not, but I think he's underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talking about him. Maybe the face could have been a little better, the beard, but maybe that's how the character looks in the comics. I'm not 100% sure. But again, I really like this figure. The holes in this part, the holes are, it's just little details like that that puts this figure over the top for me. So that's why he's in my list. And to finish this thing off, the Rhino Build-A-Figure. This figure is crazy. He came with two heads. I love the classic head with him just looking berserk. The detail and the sculpt. You see the cracks in him. Shoulder pads. This is Rhino. This is what he looks like in the comic books. Charging at Spider-Man. He has very well articulation for a very huge, big character. You can get him into his running pose very well. And he just looks gorgeous to me. So that's why Rhino is literally at the top of my list for my favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legend figures. So I hope you guys enjoyed my 10 favorite Spider-Man Marvel Legend figures. If you have a figure that you like, definitely let me know. Let me know if you agree with my list or you don't. Or just comment and say hi. Really appreciate all the love. You know, so if this is your first time finding me, like, subscribe, and share. I'll have plenty more videos for you guys. So have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.